Hi everybody, my name's Connor. Welcome to today's pillar strength class. Today we're going to be focusing on trunk flexion. So in short, that's what I would call the ability for us to bring our shoulders closer to our knees. I don't want to say hips because that's a really sharp angle, but it's just really the way for our body to kind of scrunch up and get closer to that fetal position that we're more familiar with. One thing I want you to focus on through today's workout is going to be minimizing the amount of help you get in these movements from momentum. And that means you're going to want to increase your time under tension. Whenever we have an explosive movement where there's like a rebound phase, a lot of the time gravity or another type of force takes the stress away from the muscles and it deals with it on its own. So for example, if we're doing a squat, we're not doing squats today, but if we were doing a squat, our way down, if we just drop, that doesn't really do anything for our muscles. That was gravity working and our body allowing gravity to work. But maximizing time under tension and reducing momentum would be us controlling that way down and then coming back up. All right, so think about that. Try to focus on that through the movements that we're going to do today. We are going to be doing a cycle type workout. We're going to be focusing on 4 exercises with an AMRAP format. So as many reps as possible within a 30-second window. We will do 3 or 4 different cycles depending on the time. I should have probably checked my time before I started this, but that's all right. I think probably about 2 minutes in. So if we have time, we'll get that 4th set in. If not, 3 is going to be great. A lot of it's going to feel like a traditional core workout with a lot of crunches. So maybe these movements will be familiar to you, hopefully. Either way, we will get started in a minute, but what you will need for today's workout is going to be some type of ab roller or something like this. You'll see it has the handles like that. Or if you don't have one of those and you are on carpet or even hardwood and you have hand gliders, that would work. Or if you want to get creative, paper plates work just as fine too. I wouldn't say use any glass plates because that's you don't want to risk ruining them. But paper plates will work just fine. I'm going to probably use the hand roller today, but maybe I'll use a glider for one. All right. So let's get started with our warm-up. Oh, also yoga mat and water as always. Let's get started with our warm-up. So I'm just going to give a couple neck, directional commands. I don't want you to whip into place with it, but just gradually get to where I'm sitting. All right. So first, look up to the ceiling. Flow into it. Use your muscles, stretch it out. All right. Now look down at the floor in front of you. All right. Look back up straight at me. Put your ear down to your left shoulder. All right, right ear down to your right shoulder. All right, look over your left shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. All right, look back up at the ceiling. And then look back down at the floor in front of you. All right, next we're going to do a reverse lunge with a opener. So I'm going to take a step back with my right foot, drop down into a lunge, and then open over my left side. I'll step back up. Drop my left foot back, drop down in the lunge, open up over my right side. All right, and do that a couple more times. So, all right, one more. All right, last movement of our warm-up is going to be, we're actually going to bring it down onto our yoga mat here. We're going to call this the shelf position. All right, so we'll be on all fours, knees and hands about shoulder width apart. You want to make sure that your spine has that natural curvature in it. Your shoulders and your hips should be lined up, but everything should be pretty relaxed right now. We've done this move before in a pillar strength class, so I'm going to take my right hand, reach through, down by my left hip, let my body follow, and then come back up into the shelf position. All right, now I'm going to take my left hand, reach through to the opposite side, let the body follow, and then come back up to the shelf. I'll do this a couple more times. It's okay to bend that front, the arm that's still planted. Every time I do this so far, I felt a crack in my back. So I really like this movement. Definitely gets me nice and warmed up and loose and ready to move. All right. So, like I said before, 3 or 4 sets of some AMRAP style workouts. We're going to have a minute rest in between each of the cycles. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. We're going to start with bicycle crunches. So we're going to drop down onto that yoga mat, and I'll get ready with the timer, all right? So we're gonna have our hands behind our head, knees should be up in the air, and then alternating sides. If we bring our left knee up, we'll bring our right elbow towards it, all right? 30 seconds, as many reps as possible. You don't gotta count, but if you want to keep track, that's great. 30 seconds, ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Keep that core contracted here, and try to extend those legs out in between each kick. You want to keep your shoulder blades lifted off the ground here, so your rotation is driven by your core muscles and not just from moving your back. All right, let's check the time. All right, we got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna get up now. Actually, we're gonna stay right down like this. We can lay back down on our backs. I'm gonna put my hands to the sides of my glutes here. I'm not putting them under my lower back, but I'm putting them to the sides just to keep them ready. And then we're gonna do leg raises for 30 seconds. Doesn't have to be super fast, but just keep going for the full 30. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Leg raises. Just keep your legs together. Pull up with those hip flexors and your core muscles. All right? Sometimes putting your hands by your hips here is going to help keep them in place to minimize how much you use a change in your posture to cheat this move a little bit. Make sure you're breathing. Let me check the time. All right, we got 5 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1, done. All right. Next up, we have partial crunches. So still laying down on that mat. What I'm going to do is we're just going to cross our legs now. Keep those knees up in the air, and then just pulling your shoulder blades up off the mat. We're going to do partial crunches, just like that. All right. Hands behind your head. They don't have to come all the way to your knees. Just pull those shoulder blades off the mat. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Try not to just pull your neck. Let those core muscles bring those shoulder blades off the ground. Doesn't have to be lightning fast. Push yourself. Many reps as possible in a 30-second window. All right, we got 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right, we got one more move left. Now's the time to get those paper plates ready, or your hand roller or your gliders. So on your knees, with your knees on the yoga mat, we are going to slowly roll down till we're almost flat. Keep that core engaged, and then pull yourself back up. All right. We won't be able to do a ton of these. These are really intense movement here, but focus on the strength that it takes to pull in, because that's the flexion motion. All right. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Depending on how often you do this, you'll be able to get a little bit lower than other people might. I don't do this move very often, so I can't get very low. I'm going to keep it nice and slow here so I can focus on really good form. Keep that core engaged. And focusing on pulling back up for the trunk flexion. All right, how much time do we got? All right, that's actually it. That was 30 seconds. Nice job. All right, cycle 1 is in the books. I think we're only going to be able to do 3 today just based on the time. Maybe I explained the workout a little too much in the beginning, but we have 45 seconds left in between these cycles. Get a drink of water, stand up. I suggest, if we're working on the flexion, spend a little bit more time in extension in between, just to get stretched out, feel a little loose. Still got 30 seconds. So that last one is pretty intense. That last move. And if you need any way to change up the exercise a little bit, if you're not feeling comfortable with it, if it's too much stress on your shoulders or anything, what you can always do is go onto your hands instead and put the gliders underneath your feet and use your feet to pull yourself up. And that's still going to be the flexion motion, okay? So that's one variation you can put into that movement when we make it to there at the end of this cycle, all right? Okay, here we go. So in about 10 seconds, we'll get started with our bicycle crunches. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Make sure that you're extending those legs out in front of you, because that's really going to be what challenges your core. And like I said, focus on time under tension. Don't just kick them out fast. If you do it slowly, you're going to have to use your muscles to do it. It's going to be a better challenge. All right, how much time? All right, 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, next up we have leg raises. All right, many reps as possible for 30 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Focus on that good form here. Keep those feet together. Use those core muscles to pull those legs up. If you want to think about anything, think about driving those knees closer to your chest. It's okay, and it would be better to have a slight bend in your legs than to start compensating using your posture muscles. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Now we have the partial crunches. So I think that those movements, the leg raises, get your hip flexors and your lower abs. This one will target those upper abs. All right. Here we go. Partial crunches. Just pull those shoulder blades off the ground. 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Many reps as possible. Sure you keep breathing here. Shoulder blades off the ground. How much time? All right, we got 10 seconds left. Keep it pushing, keep it pushing. You got this. Almost done. Cycle number 2. 3, 2, 1. All right. And then the last one, we're going to do those rollouts. I'll show the other way this time. Remember, if you want to change it to using the gliders on your feet, that works too. All right. You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do, because I'm already kind of feeling it. So I'll use the gliders. 30 seconds. Ready, and begin. Just make sure you control each segment of this movement. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, nice job. Cycle 2 is down. We got one more to go. Go ahead and check the time real quick. All right, 13. All right, that's perfect. One more cycle, and that's it. We'll just get into a nice cool down, and then a little bit of stretching. I'm really feeling it. My six-pack is burning. All right, about 30 seconds left for our rest period. Okay, here we go. So, cycle 3, here we go. So we are gonna get right into the bike crunches. Make this your best set yet. Remember, the format is 30-second AMRAP. As many reps as possible, 30 seconds. If you've been counting, make sure this is your best set yet, all right? This is what you're gonna remember about the workout, so let's go get it. 30 seconds of bike crunches. Ready, and begin. We got another gear. It's time to kick into it. How much time? All right, 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Nice job. Right into the leg raises. Stay laying down. Hands next to those hips. Minimize the help from your momentum. And good. Go ahead. Remember, drive those knees. If you need to shorten those legs up, that's a good way to change this up a little bit. Make it a little more manageable as you're getting a little tired here as time goes on. Just keep moving and control both ways. 3, 2, 1. All right. Now the half crunches. Pull those knees up and just pull those shoulders off the ground. 30 seconds. Ready and begin. Keep breathing here. We're more than halfway done. Our third and final cycle of the workout, so keep it going. All right, we got 10 seconds left. Keep it going. Keep it up, keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Done. All right, last one. We are going to do those hang glider crunches, whichever way is best for you. If you have the roller and you still want to use that, that's good. I'm going to open up and I'm going to use the hang gliders with my hands now on my knees, all right? It's a little bit less intense than using the roller. Ready? Go. Really focusing on that contraction so that I can pull my shoulders closer to my knees. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, nicely done. Nice job, nice job. Give you a little bit over, probably about 45 seconds before we move into the cool down. I know that these exercises weren't really designed to get your heart rate like through the roof, but if you have to, make sure that you take some steps to walk around. Lower that heart rate down comfortably. Get a drink. Whew. Yeah, my core is on fire. I'm going to be feeling this tomorrow. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to be feeling this one tomorrow. All right, so just for a quick little cool down, we'll start and we'll take some step back lunges. And instead of opening to the same side as the front leg this time, what I'm going to have you do is when you drop into that step back lunge, extend your body back. So you want to pull your shoulders closer to your glutes. All right. It's the opposite of what we were doing with today's workout. So hopefully we can stretch the muscles of today's workout out. All right, just like that. Okay, I'll step back through, drop the other leg back, and do the same. All right, one more time each side. Okay. Finally, we are going to finish up with 2 quick stretches. So I'll drop down first and do a cobra pose. So I get down on both knees. I'm going to kind of cross those back feet, not all the way across, but kind of just touch my toes. I'll sit down on those heels, walk my hands out in front of me, and then try to sink those hips back down. Oh wait, now this is the child's pose. What am I talking about? The cobra pose, we'll sink our hips forward onto the ground, propping ourselves up with our arms, peeling our shoulders back as much as we can, and stretching out those flexor muscles in our core. Our hip flexors should feel a nice stretch, and all those muscles in our stomach. Okay. Now, we'll push back up. I'm going to drop one knee through. We'll sit down on our butts. Try to touch the bottoms of your feet together. Bring them a little bit closer to your body. They don't have to be all the way in on you, but just close enough to get a nice stretch in. And then I'm going to use my elbows to push down on the insides of my knees. Try to push the knees closer to the ground. Stretch the groin out and the butterfly stretch. Whole time, Still focus on breathing. Make sure you're breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. I have a bad tendency to, switch to mouth breathing, but getting the good air in through the nose, putting the bad air out through the mouth is always going to be the best. All right. Well, that's it for today's trunk flexion pillar strength workout. Hopefully, it was as challenging for you as it was for me. If you need to take a little bit more time and you notice that your heart rate's still pretty elevated, make sure you do walk around, do some arm circles or something like that. Just stay active and don't come to a complete stop in your exercising if your heart rate is still pretty elevated. All right. I'll see you next time. Thank you.